Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anna of Reinforce Me Club, your fellow positive reinforcer. Today, I am going to share to you how I structure my morning routine for growth and balance, or counterbalance, shall I say. Do you know the way before I plan my day, I wake up in the morning randomly just doing the stuff that I don't know if it really matters to me. Like watching movies all day, and I still ended up with a back pain and sore legs for staying on bed in a long time. And I don't know my agenda before I plan my days. And, sometimes I feel like I am behind, I am stuck. When I see people around, being successful and happy with their money and relationship. And, I have no idea what I really want because I don't plan my day. But then, since I started reading books, I have learned that those successful people have their own way of really hitting the targets of their day. It doesn't mean that you have to have the so-called of productivity rituals because when you read the lifestyle and the routine of that particular successful people before he or she became successful, it wouldn't be that thorough routine before. And you don't necessarily have to be like those people. You can even make your own routine, you know, just like you and me can make our own agenda every day until we get to where we really want to be, until we get what we really want. Now, I am sharing you this you know structured routine or structured plans or agenda of the day for the sake of spreading the information that when you know what you want in a day or even before going to work, it is definitely less stressful. You don't necessarily have to write down all your things to do with a tick box of more than 10 things to do, even the minority ones. You just have to do the major that you cannot get through the day without doing it. What I'm trying to say is, just nail down the major things to do, which are important to you. Now, as to me, you know, the number one, I make sure every week, I plan my day a week before. And it usually happens on Sunday evening. When I'm busy, I do the planning on Saturday night before I go to sleep because it's going to be rock and roll on Sunday. If I am busy, only. But I try and I do my best to make this a habit because it's you know every time I wake up in the morning and I know what I really want, it's not quite overwhelming too. And it also helped me, avoid those situation wherein I feel stuck, I feel depressed, I feel like I'm left behind because when I feel those feelings, those moments in my life, I can make alterations, you know, on the following day so that I won't feel those negative feelings. I do something about it when I feel stuck. I do something about it. I read and then do something that's gonna make me money, make me some money in the long run. Because I do understand that when you are building something, it wouldn't be a rocket science. Some overnight success will take 10 years for it to happen, and some overnight success wouldn't last for 10 years. So I would prefer to have an overnight success working on it for 10 years because I want it to last. I want it I want that company or a business to be tough enough to last for my entire lifetime, for more generations to come. So that's how I understand a solid, an adamant, a dominant company or business, which deserves to run in the longest times for generations and generations. Now, the first thing I do is, basically plan my day ahead. You could even do this a night before. I used to plan my day a night before, but most days I do forget it. So I just plan my days, my week, a week before, Sundays or Saturdays. So that when I wake up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, no matter what day is it, I know what I want to accomplish. And our mind has a lot of things to do. Although we do some habits automatically, like autopilot, our minds make a lot of decision making. And I don't want to to carry that decision making from the time I wake up. I just plan it ahead a week before. And I just like reiterate it to me. Like remind myself about my plan for the day, which already had happened a week before. So our minds have limited decision making ability. That's why most of our habits are completely autopilot so that our brain can save energy. In other words, preparation is the key to saving time and energy. You and me must know our agenda a day before or a week before we wake up in the morning. In that way, we have no time for depression. We have no time to stress out about what happened yesterday. Although, yeah, it's still in our head, but we have to get things done. We have to nail our agenda and finish it before the day ends. That is by means the power of preparation. You know what you want before you venture the day. The second thing that I do is, you know, clear. I clear my mind in the morning. As much as possible, I avoid picking up my phone by the time I wake up. Although rarely some people calls me. You called me. That's the reason I wake up. Because I heard my phone ringing somewhere else, and I don't sleep with my phone. I put it away, a distant away from me, because I don't want to be tempted. I even bought my own alarm clock. Although I have an alarm clock in my phone, I use a different alarm clock so that I won't be tempted of taking my phone in the morning just to turn off the alarm, and then social media and a lot of news going on. I don't like that. I want a clear mind in the morning. Clearing clearing your mind means trying to getting involved with those activity that relaxes you. So as to me, when I wake up in the morning, yes, I do pray before I sleep, and when I wake up in the morning, I pray. I have a gratitude session that will only last for 2 to 4 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. It wouldn't be that long though. And I would suggest that you could also do some sort of journaling, meditation if you can, if you are into that. But to me, I don't make it like a part of my routine. Although I do mindfulness, I do mindfulness at times when I'm super stressed, when there's some terrible things that happen to me in a day that I couldn't get it off my head. So I do meditation and journaling for that. And I could even suggest that you can listen to podcast, your favorite podcast, or just merely read something to feed your mind. A minute or an hour after you get off the bed. So clear your mind after planning your day. The number three is it's important to eat healthy breakfasts. Nourish your body. Have a balanced breakfast rich in protein, healthy fats, and fibers like eggs, avocado, nuts, and all the green juices from fruits and vegetables. You can do your own smoothies, but not too much, just way enough for you to function for the day. And those nutritious food will fuel your brain and body, providing you and me a lasting energy and focus for the day. So eat healthy in the morning. Avoid sugar and refined carbs. Those baked products who have high sugar and which have high sugar and trans fats. This can cause energy crash later, disrupting your focus and productivity. You know, have you noticed that when you eat loads of sugar in the morning, those sugar will make you hungry later in the day. As a result of that, you're going to eat more and more sugar and unhealthy foods to the point that you feel like shit, and then your weight will be compromised if you are pretty much concerned about your weight, or at least the food that you eat. Number four is it's important to hydrate yourself and exercise. I do hydrate. Yeah, I don't drink a lot of water. But but when I'm at home, even at work, I drink loads of tea, particularly black tea. But not. I am into a weak tea. Just for the sake of having some colors on my hot water. Then that's it, and throw away the bag. I'm into weak black tea. And even right now, I just have my chocolate, hot chocolate, and tea, a cup of tea. And later in the day, I'm going to have more tea while I'm doing my days of work here in my office. Loads of tea and crackers. So that's what I'm eating. And then have a main meal later for the lunch. So, yeah, keep yourself hydrated, to keep your metabolism on a kickstart, you know, a warm up before you venture the day. And hydration also improves your brain function. Now, in terms of exercise, once again, as I've said before in my previous podcast, you can do your own exercise. You can walk on the park for half an hour to 1 hour, brisk walking. As to me, I have my own exercise area downstairs, but I don't have a treadmill, so I just lift weights, certain variations, which is also limited because I only have dumbbell and rubber bands. But look, I make use of what I have, so that's my favorite. As to you, you can do brisk walking, jogging outside, or even just walk on the beach side. Anything which works for you, to to keep your body energized with increase, uh, would much improve circulation, metabolism, and exercise also helps you reduce the stress that you've gone through yesterday, or even a day before, or early in the morning. Whatever feeling you have, exercise does help. It primes your mind and body for productivity and sharp decision making. Always remember that strong body have strong mind. The most hurtful thing that's going to happen to you and to me is that when you have a strong mind but a weak body, you have a lot of aspirations in life, things that you wanted to do, but your body is weak enough to do it. So while you still have an opportunity to take good care of yourself, your body, mind, and spirit, it's way better to take that opportunity today. Number five is, this is the kickstart, the head start of your day. As as I did, or as I do every day, I nail down the very tough task first. You know, do the most challenging task first in the morning while your energy is still on the outburst, ready to rock and roll, ready for attack. Do do the most challenging task. Those tasks that you might dislike at the start. As to me, I don't like to work out. Although I work out 3 to 4 times a week without fail, I hate workout. But by the time when I'm already start working out, like I give it a chance for 5 minutes and then I get the momentum, I just finish it. Before that, the most challenging task for me is working out. At this moment, the most challenging task for me is making contents and doing research for my product. So that's the most challenging task to me. So this is the first thing I must do, which is right now making some contents for you to, to help you understand how I managed to make through the day, to make it through the day, to make it through my life, you know, which started to be messy way back in the past. Now, task. I'm talking about the task that you dislike at the meantime. When you are just starting to, trying to do new things. Like the habit hasn't kicked in yet. So do those challenging tasks first. So once again, as to me, it's working out before. This time it's making content. And to some people, it could be research. They don't like to do the research. To some people, they don't like to clean in the morning, clean the house in the morning. So any challenging task for you, you do it first in the morning. Now it's also important to end your morning by reviewing your calendar and commitments. You know, a day, before the day ends. You know, as to me, I already have my top three things to do every day. And every time I fail doing even one of those three, or two, or I cannot manage to not do all the top three. I I write down X. It means that I didn't complete it. But there are more days which I complete it. I only have top three things to do every day, which has something to do with with my health, with my money. Trying to build something really cool, a business in the long run, as well as in my relationship. So I make time on those top three. So I know I could be a boring person to some people, but as to me, this is the greatest thing that ever happened. And those minor stuff like calling my significant others, my family, I can make time to those stuff. But in the most part, the top three things, this top three are the most important stuff to be done every day. So I have it in my calendar, and I also have it in my journal as part of my commitment. And you know, it's also important to ensure that everything that you do, or as you know, I also ensure that everything I do is aligned to my goals in health, wealth, and relationships. So those top three, those are top three things to do aligns to them: health, wealth, and relationship. And you can also have your own though. As to me, I revise it over time if I don't like it. If I don't like my top three things to do, I revise it over time. I change it. I improve it. I even eliminate it if it doesn't serve me anymore. So you can also do the same thing, or way better, to make your own agenda of the day. Now, integrating these five practices into your morning routines, or if this information does help you a lot, this will help you build a solid foundation for a productive and balanced day, ensuring that ensuring that your actions are aligned with your most important goals in life. Anything that matters to you, make time for them. Prioritize your priorities. Now, I hope I shared an incredible information today. If you ever love this content, you can follow me in YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcast, even in Amazon Podcast. Reinforce Me Club. By the way, this is Anne, your fellow positive reinforcer. I do appreciate your time and have a lovely day ahead. Thanks.